In the wake of public health actions taken during the COVID-19 pandemic, Republicans at the 2021 Montana legislature passed several laws to restrict or further regulate the power of local public health officers and boards. Let's take a look at what these new laws do and how public health officers are reacting. On mostly party line votes, Republicans at the 2021 session passed 3 bills directly affecting the power of county and city health officers. House Bill 121 from Representative David Beatty of Hamilton says local health officials can still issue broad orders in an emergency like the pandemic, but a local governing body like the County Commission can now rescind or amend that rule, and non-emergency rules must first be approved by that governing body. Senate Bill 108 from Senator Doug Carey of Billings gives citizens the power to force a city or countywide election to repeal a public health rule. And then there's House Bill 257, probably the most significant of the bunch. It says businesses cannot be compelled to comply with or enforce any citywide or countywide health order, such as a mask mandate.
They have customers that want to come into the business. They may or may not be wearing a mask. They may or may not be vaccinated. And it's not the duty of the business to turn away those people.
That's the bill's sponsor, Belgrade Republican Jedediah Hinkle. He says businesses themselves can still choose to enforce health rules, such as masks. But Lewis and Clark County Health Officer Brendan Neiman says even if businesses want to require it, under 257, they can't call police and ask to have violators ticketed for trespass. Neiman and another local health officer, Matt Kelly in Bozeman, say the new laws simply undercut the authority of public health officers and boards.
It gives us the responsibility to protect the public, but it takes away our tools to do the job. So we have all of the responsibility, and then the authority then is all mixed up.
It's a little bit like having, legislation and shaking your finger at people for driving under the influence and then telling local law enforcement they're not allowed to do anything about it. It's going to make it more confusing for the public to understand who's responsible and who has the authority to do anything about it.
Hinkle says he had broad support from business owners who felt that COVID-19 mandates forced them to take unnecessary actions that hurt their business.
Businesses are not going to want to operate in Montana if they're forced at any whim of an unelected health board to turn their customers away.
But Neiman says most businesses have been willing to comply with COVID-19 restrictions, and that a vocal few objectors are the drivers behind laws like HB 257. Neiman also said COVID-19 is still a threat, with the majority of the public not yet vaccinated, and that she believes masks are an important tool to limit that threat. But as soon as 257 is signed into law by the governor, masks will pretty much be voluntary in Montana. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.